All right, let's go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, who's also joining us in the studio. Abhishek, to begin with, what do you make of the kind of situation as is unfolding in the state of Bengal? Absolute breakdown of law and order. Not the first time, but this time the TMC has gone ahead and blamed the ED officials for what they claim as provocation by the latter and the CRPF jawans.
So look at the facts. Obviously, this is a law and order situation, and the Bengal government and the Trinamool government has to be held responsible for this, and they have to really take the situation in control, get the situation in control. These are horrific pictures of public servants being attacked for carrying out their duty. Having said that, I think what is more important is, Samiksha, that the case began with the Bengal administration registering a complaint, the Bengal police registering an FIR in the irregularities insofar as the ration distribution is concerned, and that's how the ration distribution scam as we know it originated. Subsequent to which, of course, based on, as it happens, the Bengal police FIR becoming a predicate offense, which is a requirement for the Enforcement Directorate to get in the picture, and ECIR was registered, which is the Enforcement Directorate equivalent of an FIR. And that's how the investigation is going on. We know of all those people who have been arrested, and the scam is essentially about the PDS ration, 30% of PDS ration intended for priority households under the Antyodaya Anna Yojana, that getting diverted to the open market. It is a classic PDS scam that existed earlier prior to the digitization of records and data, but it seems in the case of Bengal, even that has been short-circuited, and ways found to get ration out of the PDS system into the open market. Remember the arbitrage. This is a scam of arbitrage in the sense that the ration, the food grains, whatever edible material available under the PDS system is heavily subsidized, we know, and this is Antyodaya Anna Yojana, which is for the poorest of the poor households. So you can expect that you would be getting wheat for 1 rupee a kilo, rice for 2 rupee a kilo, pulses for 3 rupee a kilo, 3 rupees a kilo, and that getting into the open market and selling for 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees, that's the kind of arbitrage that's there, running into hundreds and thousands, possibly of crores of rupees, given the fact that as much as 30% was diverted, and that's how the Enforcement Directorate got into the picture. And so obviously this is something which has to be investigated. Remember, again, needs to be reiterated that the origins of the scam are in a Bengal administration complaint, based on which the Bengal police registered a complaint, based on which it became a predicate offense, and the Enforcement Directorate got into the picture. And now those associated with the TMC attacking ED teams and creating a law and order situation of the kind that we are seeing in these pictures clearly reflects poorly on those in charge, and hopefully something would be done about this at the soonest, at least get the law and order situation in control. We have to see whether these are pictures from earlier or these are live pictures coming in, but then if we can get somebody from the Bangla newsroom also to get a clearer picture of what are exactly happening as we speak. But this is a case of Trinamool politicizing something which ideally should have been a matter of joint cooperative co-federal investigation between the central and the state police, central agencies and the state police.
Right, and Abhishek, important to point here that till now it's been 4 hours now, rather more than 4 hours. There's been no sort of an action on part of the West Bengal police. Rather, they've gone on to blame the ED1. And also, do you think that there could be a possible involvement of Rohingyas as well, as was mentioned by Shubhendu Adhikari earlier in the day?
Well, when it comes to Bengal, Rohingyas is a very serious practical problem. Just a few weeks back, we had a Trinamool leader talking about regularizing some of those illegal Rohingya immigrants by providing them Aadhaar card, ration card, etc. So these issues get really interlinked and really enmeshed when it comes to Bengal, and it's unfortunate that this is allowed. But then in this case, the manner in which this organized crime was happening, remember, pilferage of PDS, ration, food, is not possible without patronage. So obviously there is patronage, and this is the same scam in which Jyoti Priya Malik, who is presently Minister in charge of Forest Affairs and Non-Conventional Renewable Energy Sources of Bengal, and he was earlier Minister in charge of Food and Civil Supplies Department, the department in which under which PDS comes, and is under the scanner, I think, was arrested also. So I think this is obviously a scam which has linkages cutting across Trinamool, as in the political party, the leadership, the government, the minister, those associated with the party on the ground, the cadres, and the element of patronage which would have gone into making this a scam that it became. So I think it's really important that, and the matter of course has been supervised directly by the Kolkata High Court. So it's not just Enforcement Directorate getting into the picture, the investigation is actually monitored by the Kolkata High Court also. Origins in the Bengal Police FIR, all this, and despite that, if some elements are allowed to take law and order into their hands, as we are seeing happening in these pictures, is really unfortunate,
Right.
Samiksha, and hopefully a quick notice would be taken by Nobonno and action taken.
Right.